Sadly, there's not as many littler ones this week, but I'm determined to show this. Now, I did get this. In actual fact, I forgot to lift it. I had to send Ross, so we got here and I thought, oh no, I've left it at home. So Ross had to do a mercy dash back home. Thankfully, with the car with us, I was going to have to run back home and get it and then come back. Right, I brought something with me today. Now, I was thinking, it's not very exciting, it's just a bit of rope. I was thinking about how we've been after Easter. And how after Easter, sometimes it feels a little bit flat. Because sometimes you feel as if you've been working towards Easter. There's been Lent, there was Holy Week, there was the triumphal entry, everything was happening. Easter happens, and sometimes feels a little bit flat. But then I thought, well, do you know something? It's only because we had Jesus and Jesus died and came to life again. So as you can see, I've just got a bit of rope. Because Jesus died and rose again, it's only through him we have strength. I'm going to try this now. I will say, this hasn't worked all week. Not very well. You can see, I'm being honest, so hopefully this will work. It's only with the strength of Jesus that we are here. And without that strength of Jesus, it goes. But today's story is all about, we've had the Last Supper. Today's story is the first breakfast. I don't know if that's what its real name is, but that's what I'm calling it, the first breakfast. And it's all about the disciples. Now you know what's happened. Jesus has died, he's been resurrected, but the disciples have hidden themselves away in a room. They've locked themselves away. I will comment the fact is the women that are out there and find that Jesus is alive again, the men are hiding. What does that say about us women? I shouldn't say that, should I? But the men are hiding, the women are out finding. And the men have hidden, and are worried, are scared. And then one day, Simon Peter says, I'm going to go fishing. He's going back to his old job. I'm going to go fishing. So him and some other disciples, they reckon probably about 6 of them went this day, went fishing. And they fished all night and caught nothing. Nothing at all. And apparently the best fishing is at night. I don't know this, I'm not a fisherman, but the best fishing gets done at night. And it would make sense, having seen the fishing boats coming in at Aberdeen, they always come in first thing in the morning, full of fish. So it must happen, the best fishing must happen at night. So then they see a man on the shore. They're near the shore, they've thought, oh, we've been out all night, it's not worth it. We've gone back to our old job and we still can't do it. And they see someone on the shore, they don't know who it is, and they shout out, did you catch anything? Well, you can imagine as a fisherman, with an empty boat, you must have been quite disillusioned. I thought, well, no, caught nothing. And the man on the shore says, cast your net on the other side, on the right-hand side of the boat. Now, we've heard this story before, from quite a while ago. So they cast their net on the right-hand side, and they catch 153 fish. It mentions in the Bible, 153 fish. And Simon Peter says, I know who that is. Jumps out of the boat and walks to Jesus. Not on the water, they're in the shallows. So when he gets there, Jesus says to him, so he's got the strength of Jesus. He's thinking, I know what's going on. I mean, he's strong in Jesus because he knows it's him. So he's got the strength. And he gets there. And Jesus said to him, he asked him a question, 3 questions. He said, Simon Peter, do you love me? And Peter says, yes, of course I love you. I love you, Jesus. Feed my lambs. He says again, Simon Peter, do you love me? And he says, you know I do. He says, take care of my sheep. And he says, yes, again, Simon Peter, do you love me? I think Simon Peter's probably getting a bit fed up at this point in time. He's thinking, I've answered you. You've done it twice. And he says, yes, you know I love you. He says, take care of my sheep. Look after my sheep, feed my lambs. And again, he's asked him 3 times. In the same way as he asked, do you remember when Simon Peter was asked 3 times, did he know Jesus? And he said, no. Do you know Jesus? No. Do you know that man Jesus? And he said, no. 3 times he answered no. And 3 times he said again, this time, when he was asked, do you love me? He said, yes. You know I love you. Things happen in threes. Can we think of anything else that happens in threes? I'm going to give you a clue. How about God? Jesus? The Holy Spirit? Things happen in threes. Peter denied Jesus 3 times. Jesus asked Peter, do you love me? 3 times. We're going to think about that later on as well, all together. But just remember that it's 3. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Peter denies Jesus, says, I don't know him, 3 times. Peter says, I love you, 3 times. Jesus says, take care of my flock, 3 times. It's always a 3.